Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please welcome back Dave Siddon, the Executive Director of Wildlife Images. Dave, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so in case anybody doesn't know, you guys are not a zoo, you're a nonprofit. Where does Wildlife Images kind of fit in locally?
We're kind of a unique niche because we really aren't a zoo. We're primarily a wildlife rehabilitation and education center. So we have a lot of animals that are under tender loving care because they're being rehabilitated, but the public is not allowed to be exposed to them. The fear is that you're going to get them habituated to humans, then they're poor candidates for re-release to the wild.
Right.
So our permanent residents are ones that weren't able to go through the rehabilitation process successfully for one reason or another, and they become ambassadors for their species and live at Wildlife Images. So we have about 100 resident animals that are our ambassadors.
Okay, and in case anybody doesn't know, can you throw some of the animals? I know you guys have grizzlies. I've seen.
We do.
I remember a decade ago I saw baby raccoons there. I mean, you name it, right?
Yeah, we have cougars, we have wolves, we have bears, we have a lot of raptors. You know, eagles, hawks, falcons, owls, kites, vultures, that sort of thing. We have reptiles. So we have primarily native North American wildlife. We do have some non-natives. We have an auger buzzard from North Africa. We have Patagonian cavies that are from the Andes and southern part of South America. So we do have some non-representative species that were typically turned over to us because they were in the pet trade or whatever, and they came to us as educational ambassadors that way.
Okay, and tell us about what we have here. You guys work with the forensics lab, and I believe in Ashland, correct?
Yes.
Tell us what these are and then how you guys work together.
Well, the forensics lab in Ashland is a federal facility that basically processes the evidence from wildlife crimes worldwide. So they represent about 175 countries that are members of what's called the CITES Treaty. And so basically the evidence is picked up in the field somewhere, packaged up, sent to the lab, they analyze it and give the results of whatever. And the idea is to link the perpetrator, the victim, and the crime scene so they can solve the crime and catch the bad guys.
Sure.
So we are the only outside entity that can represent the forensics lab right now. And so we're doing a lot of educational stuff we're developing for the future for the crime lab. And one of the things that's necessary is game wardens, say from maybe Kenya or someplace in South America, they don't really know exactly how to collect evidence of a crime scene. It's a very precise process. And so you have to photograph it, enter the crime scene the right way, gather the evidence, package the evidence, and then send it to Ashland. Well, there's been a lot of crimes botched that way. So we're going to be working with the forensics lab to train people on how to collect evidence of crime scene. We had the first group came from Kenya, and we're at Wildlife Images for a couple of days, and they set up a mock crime scene, and the people at the lab walked them through the evidence collection, the packaging, and all of this sort of thing so that they could prosecute the bad guys. Wow. So it's a wonderful program, and that's something we'll be involved in the future, I think.
Very cool. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Not much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. I'm here with Dave Siddon from Wildlife Images. So you guys have in the past had guided tours. Now we're calling it an open campus.
We are. We've recognized there's a bottleneck that we can't accommodate all the people that want to come into Wildlife Images. And it's because we have to have guided tours. Tours are limited to only about 20 people because that's all you can really handle in a group and speak to them very well. So we're going to have what's called open campus where people can come in and wander around on their own. So if they're camera folks, or if they are artists that want to sketch the animals, they can sit and leave and take all the time they want to watch the animals or have a picnic lunch, whatever they want to do on campus. So we're going to change things and hopefully get more people to come through and help our bottom line. Okay,
and that's great. And so talking about bottom line, you guys just had a big fundraiser this past weekend. How's that going?
Yeah, our annual fundraiser, which is called Saving Wildlife, was this last Saturday, and it did real well. We think we did better than we have in years past, but you know, unfortunately, what we do is very expensive, and we live on everybody's extra money, and there isn't a whole lot of extra money out there. So we're going to do more things, hopefully promote more memberships. People that join help us in a great way. People that leave us in their estate planning, things like that, will help us in a huge way. So there are people that can, and we're low on volunteers. So we also need volunteerism. So all these things are going to help us keep the place above water.
Okay, and if people want to find more information about you guys or your hours availability, how should they go about
Our website, which is wildlifeimages.org, is the most direct way, or they can give us a call directly and we'll be happy to help them out.
All right, good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.